name is Heino. I'm from Black Forest, Germany, and I'm a passionate old school trial bike collector. But currently I build up a new competition trial bike for my son Remo. Yeah, and I guess it's a real unequal lightweight one. So let's take a closer look.
The bike is based on a Monty M5 frame and fork set. The fork is from an earlier generation with about 490 grams. As skid plate I used a Rockman plastic one. It was necessary to stretch and shorten it because of the horizontal mountings. The plate is fixed with aluminium bolts. The headset is a semi-integrated Monty Pro Race with a Monty Pro Race plastic spacer. The fork isn't shortened, it has its original length of 176 mm. The stem is a forged Rockman with 127 mm length and an angle of 27 degrees, with aluminium bolts and an Echo top cap. This top cap allows the biggest contact between the stem and the fork. I exchanged the stem clamps with red Thanheiser ones. In according to experience, aluminium bolts in the stem are strong enough for lighter riders. The handlebar is a 3K carbon riser with 640 mm width and shortened Corellas rubber grips. And of course I won't recommend this handlebar for an elite rider with 80 kilograms. The bottom bracket is a reset titanium with 123 mm width and added Jitsi 2.5 mm spacer on the drive side. The cranks come from Born with some custom drilled holes. They have 152 mm length. As crank bolts I use Jitsi aluminium ones. The pedals come from Est and have a titanium axle. Because of the trial use I changed the original aluminium pins with reverse steel ones. It was also necessary to add 4 carbon bushes in the corners of each pedal for more stability. The freewheel is an Echo SL titanium. I changed the steel bearings with ceramic ones. The rear sprocket is a tri-all aluminium one with 13 tooth. For the perfect chain line it was necessary to place a Jitsi 2.5 mm spacer on the hub thread. The chain is a KMC X11 SL. The chain tensioners are the classic well-known Monty ones. The rims are Monty Pro Race with several custom milling and drilling in combination with Jitsi race disc hubs. Also the hubs have custom milling between the spoke holes, and of course I changed the axle bolts with titanium ones. The spokes are US-made titanium ones in combination with 14 mm Sapin Polyax nipples. I tried to get butted titanium spokes, but the minimum order was 3,000 pieces, so there was no sense for it. The front tube is from Eclipse. It's necessary to use an adapter bush in the rim, because it has a thin French-style valve. The rear tube is a Jitsi Light with 0.9 mm thickness. The Eclipse doesn't work in the rear wheel. As rim tape I used 2 layers of adhesive tape. 1 layer of Scotch 8961 with glass fiber enhancement and 1 layer of Tesa 4124. The front has 30 mm width and the rear 45 mm. The front tire is a Monty Pro Race and the rear one is the OBR Gekok. I took my scale to the bike shop and chose the lightest ones. There were differences for about 50 grams. The brakes are Hope trial zones with completely titanium fittings. In the front I exchanged the connections of the hose and bleed nipple. Instead of the bleed nipple I used the aluminium bleeding screw. In the rear brake this was not possible because of the angle of the port. The brake pads are fixed with aluminium retention pins and the lever clamps were equipped with aluminium bolts. The caliper has titanium bolts and washers. The disc rotors are the Ashima AI2 with 160 mm diameter, and of course they are fixed with titanium screws.